Hi, I'm Dr. Joanne Ingram and I'm a lecturer in psychology at the University of the West of Scotland. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my research. My traditional research is in the area of language and reading, and I like to look at how we read words like muggle that come from Harry Potter and were created as part of a fictional story. However, during the COVID-19 pandemic, a new research idea occurred to me, and I'm going to tell you a little bit today about what that research is. So while we were spending time in lockdown at the very beginning of the pandemic, it occurred to me that this was actually affecting my ability to process information, my thinking ability, my cognitive processing. I found that I was having problems with my cognitive processing as if there had been some sort of decline. So it has previously been shown, particularly in older adults, that when you don't interact with people very often face to face, you spend a lot of time in social isolation, you can have a decline in cognitive function. Your ability to think, to remember, to pay attention gets worse. So I created an experiment that people could complete online that would assess if their ability to think and pay attention during the lockdown period of the pandemic had gotten worse. So I recruited participants throughout Scotland to complete these tasks, which assessed their ability to process information. The one that you can see in front of you relates specifically to people's working memory. Each participant was presented with a symbol on a screen such as this one. The task was to look at the array of symbols along the top of the screen and identify the number which matched the symbol that they'd been shown. So in this case, the symbol is a triangle and the matching number is a 7. So the participant would press the number 7. Once they press 7, a new symbol would appear and the participant would have to select the number that matched that symbol. The purpose of the task is to see how quickly people can find the matching number to the symbol, but also to assess working memory, because over time, participants will begin to remember the symbol that matches each number, and they won't have to look at the array of symbols and numbers. They will just be able to press the button very quickly. What we expected to find was that during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, people would get poorer at this task because their cognitive function and their ability to retain information at any one time would get worse. We had 5 different tasks along these lines that people completed online. We haven't fully finished processing the data yet, so I can't give you information about what we found. But people completed the task during full lockdown restrictions and at 4 points later on. We expect to be able to see that as the lockdown restrictions eased in Scotland, people got better at this task. Once we have these results, we might be able to do things to alleviate problems with pandemics in future. For example, if we know that lack of social interaction causes these cognitive processing problems, people can use apps to ensure that their cognitive function stays up to date, or we can encourage people more and more to use Zoom calls or other social networking to make sure they have lots of face-to-face interaction with family and friends. Thanks very much for listening to my research on COVID-19.